Cabaran mengajar di musim pandemik, cabaran terbesar ialah cara the preparation of the online class tu sendiri. Sebab kalau sebelum ni, kalau kita mengajar, kita just pergi kelas, bawa buku, bawa marker semua, and then kita boleh terus mengajar dalam kelas. Sebab kita semua benda dah ada kan dalam kepala kita apa yang kita nak ajar. And then bila kita tanya soalan pun, students banyak yang respon, students banyak yang volunteer untuk jawab kat depan. So kita tahu mana satu student yang problem, mana satu students yang okey. Tapi untuk online class ni, walaupun kita suruh student on camera, tapi kita tak nampak pun the reaction of the students, whether dia ada tak depan laptop. Kadang dia on je kamera tapi kita tak nampak pun apa-apa.
Madam, I think my camera has problem. Wait, possible, yeah, because over your camera it doesn't appear.
Some of the challenges I faced during this pandemic is mainly in terms of online teaching, adapting to changes, because we are given a very short time to adapt to online learning. We need to learn all the important applications. Suddenly, we've been teaching face-to-face for years, and suddenly when pandemic happened, we were asked within weeks to migrate to online learning. And then everything, there was so much to digest, and then everything seems to be so sudden, because the pandemic is totally unexpected.
Tengah settlekan markah students nak submit dekat Ordan. Untuk Usrah.
Oh, okey.
Sebab kena ajar Usrah juga last sem. Perubahan dan cara mengatasi untuk mengajar semasa pandemik. Saya sebagai lecturer banyak belajar benda-benda barulah, terutamanya untuk IT punya side. Contoh, kita nak create the video untuk student. So kita barulah belajar macam mana nak buat screencast automatic, macam mana nak edit the videos, nak upload the videos dalam YouTube. Sebab kita kalau boleh nak bagi the best untuk students. Okay? So every time you have the angle which is not acute, apply the reference angle first. So reference angle is 60 degree. Sebab kita tahu students pun akan ada problem sendiri dekat rumah. So kita tak tahu diorang cukup tak gadget, diorang ada banyak siblings ke untuk share, diorang cukup tak kuota internet. So kalau boleh kita nak bagi yang terbaik. So kalau personally saya sendiri, saya akan prepare simple notes untuk student. So contoh kalau ada 2 hour slot class, saya akan prepare notes tu as simple as possible. Simple tapi dia compress.
Kita banyak pakai Gmail.
Oh.
So bila buat and then satu, I tak pun not very familiar with Zoom. Bila sebab pakai Gmail, dia dah integrate everything, boleh masuk kalender, kita set kelas berapa bulan, semua dah ada dekat dalam Gmail. So that's why I prefer Gmail.
And we had to familiarize ourselves mainly with all the app like Google Classroom, and suddenly all the communication method change from face to face. We have to keep on texting them. It's very challenging to adapt, but 1 year on, I think I'm getting used to it. It gets better, alhamdulillah. The most challenging part when it comes to online learning is, I think, the communication part.
I cannot hear you. What?
Me too. I think it's confusing at first.
Confusing. Anis?
Kita nak students tu interested untuk join kita punya kelas. So sebab tu saya sebagai lecturer, and then untuk online class ni banyak benda baru yang saya belajar. Dari segi apps pun sama juga. Contoh first time guna Zoom, first time guna Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. So banyaklah benda baru.
My favourite apps is live worksheets. So especially kalau nak bagi grammar exercise. So this one, if we use Google Classroom, we use Google Quizzes, sometimes we have to check one by one the answer for fill in the blank apa. But for this one is an alternative lah. student asyik pakai Google Form. So I love using live worksheets, so I can convert it into an interactive online exercise, not necessarily fill in the blank. For English lah selalu.
Some of the initiative I took to overcome this online teaching, online learning challenges is to be more flexible. Back then, when during face-to-face method, I was a bit strict when it comes to submission. Everything has to be handed in on time. But one thing I learned online teaching during this pandemic and also to make changes is to be more understanding, more flexible, and also more patient.
Dalam situasi sekarang, saya PJJ dengan husband kerja di KL dan saya dengan anak-anak 3 orang kat sini, yang sulung umur 9 tahun, second 7 tahun dan yang bongsu 2 tahun. So memang saya seorang yang uruskan anak-anak daripada A sampai Z. Berapa tahun?
7 tahun. Dah sekolah dah? Ada satu lah.
Sekolah mana? Tak ada suara dah.
Ni banyak menjerit ni.
Hari ni dia banyak mengamuk. Suara dia hilang. Kan? Mengamuk Kalau orang tanya pasal cabaran, memang banyaklah cabaran sebab memang saya seorang yang uruskan semua. Tapi kekuatan yang saya dapat is daripada husband dan family, sebab dia orang jauh, family dekat Perak, husband dekat KL. And second, kekuatan from kawan-kawan yang dekat sini, sebab yang dekat sini memang semua kawan-kawan saya je. So kalau contoh macam anak tiba-tiba sakit, demam, so kawan-kawan yang akan teman pergi klinik, kawan-kawan yang akan temankan jaga anak. Semua memang kawan-kawan yang banyak tolong kat sini. Saya lepas solat asar baru shoot balik, sebab balik nanti nak handle anak-anak pula. Tak sempat nak solat nanti. Sebab anak-anak biasa kalau lepas sekolah, dia orang mesti nak main kat luar. Kena teman main kat luar. Harapan untuk future classes, of course memang saya sangat-sangat mengharapkan student semua akan balik ke kampus, sebab kita naturally sebagai seorang lecturer, kita memang nak students tu ada depan mata kita. So bila dia orang depan mata kita, kita lagi rasa kepuasan untuk mendidik, kepuasan untuk menyampaikan ilmu. Semua tu memang kita nak. Tapi if pandemik ni berpanjangan, harapan saya is UAE dapat provide the best facilities. Contoh dari segi apps, banyakkan free subscription untuk Zoom, untuk Google Meet, especially untuk Wi-Fi connection. Hopefully UAE boleh improvekan Wi-Fi connection. Sebab saya sendiri kalau online class dekat UAE, saya akan guna my personal mobile data. Sebab every time saya guna Wi-Fi UAE memang akan hang in between of the class tu. So akan freeze, student tak dengar kita punya suara. So memang Wi-Fi UAE memang kena improvekan supaya semua lecturer memang tak akan ada masalah kalau buat online class after this.
So my hope for the future in terms of teaching and learning is I hope students can come back, but in terms of teaching and learning method, the teaching and learning process, I hope we can now integrate face-to-face and online. So because previously we focused too much on face-to-face, we focused too much on pen and paper. So now we can actually integrate some parts of online. Some classes can be have face-to-face, and maybe certain percentage can be of classes can be also held online. Maybe in terms of quizzes or assignments, some can be held face-to-face and some can be done online. So it's a great combination actually. So I do hope we do not return to the old method of teaching, very traditional method of teaching. I think one thing, probably the good thing that come out of the pandemic is we can revise the way we do things, especially the way we teach and also the way the students learn, and we can make full use of whatever online teaching platform available. And to be honest, I discovered there are a lot of teaching sources available online, and they are free, so we should make full use of that.